Hello guys, this is Dr. Palaniappan Manickam. In this video, I'm going to introduce a very, very special guest. I don't even know him. I came to know him through YouTube channel, and he sent me an email that, he has been losing weight since following this method. And I just asked him whether he would be willing to share his experience on board, and he was more than happy to come on board and then share his experiences with us. The main reason to do this video is to make sure that, you understand that this is definitely possible. This is a long-term solution. It's not a short-term solution that you're going to lose your belly fat in like 7 days. That's not going to happen, right? So I'm going to give you a practical example, and I'll tell you that guaranteed that I don't even know him before, and he reached out to me by himself. So I want to explain that this method is very, very powerful, and the only thing that is needed from you is consistency and long-term dedication and commitment to this method. And this is pretty simple and secure and safe. And let me just bring Sastry on board. Oh, hi, Shastri. Thank you. Thank you for reaching out to me.
Thank you so much, doctor. Thank you for having me here.
Nice, nice, nice. So
I'm so glad to be here.
super, super, super. So Shastri lives in Ohio, and he has two beautiful daughters, 8 and 3 years old. And why don't I ask him? And so for the audience, why don't you tell me, how did all this started? How did you come across my channel? What happened? What triggered the change in you?
Sure. Yeah, it was back in 2020 when, like everybody, I was working from home pretty much
Mm.
and started gaining weight, over a period of time. And my work demands that I have to be, in front of computer for a long time. So it
Mm.
was I put on a lot of weight, and it was close to 200 pounds. And then I was searching for some ideas or something to start off with,
Hmm.
and somehow I came up to your channel, and and with all your your videos about the COVID, and how to go from step one to step two. And I really like your approach and your videos and the way you
I
explain
think
things.
I think my channel comes in between Swiggy and KFC French fries ad.
So I started doing that, just adopting, and I did not even have like a specific goals or anything like that at the
Mhm,
beginning.
mhm.
I just took your advice and started with a 12-hour eating window,
Super.
and then I did
So
it
when you
for.
say, just to clear, so 12-hour eating window, you just figured out that you're going to fast for 12 hours, and your first bite and last bite is going to be within 12 hours.
Yes. 8
Super.
8 a.m. to 8 p.m. was my eating window, and then
Okay, good.
the rest of it is the fasting window.
Fasting window. And in
Um,
that fasting, you don't drink anything, just water?
just water. And
Mm.
initially I was just drinking cold water, and
Mm.
later stages I switched that to hot water, and it really helped. It really helped over time. So
Before this 8 p.m. change, I mean, before you come across my video, what was your last dinner time? What was your last bite usually?
it was really irregular. I mean, I used to be like, it used to go to like 9, 10 sometimes.
Okay.
And usually during the weekends it was worst. And
Mm.
the main habit that I had was eating snacks a lot,
Mm. Mm.
which I think one of your video, it suggested to maybe cut down on the snacks and maybe concentrate more on having your dinner done early.
Right.
And
Right.
that
Right.
so that kind of triggered everything. So
So, I think it is just the same story for everybody. That was including me as well. When I was obese, I did the exact same thing. So the trick is that you can have your snack. I'm not taking anything away from anybody. It's just that you can have that kadala mittai in the afternoon at 3 p.m. and not at
yes,
3 a.m. basically.
yes,
Okay, so
yes.
you made that change, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So how did you feel in the first 2 weeks? That should be a little bit different for you.
Yeah, it was very difficult in the beginning.
Mm,
I
mm,
used to wake up in the middle of the night, and I was
mm,
so hungry. And like, I
mm.
think one of your video, what you said was exactly right. Everything around me was looking like it was food around me. I wanted to eat, and I am a foodie. I mean, I'm not like I like to eat. I like to
Right,
so
right.
it was really hard. At least I think 2 to 3 weeks was really challenging.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
But I really wanted to do this because I
uh-huh,
wanted to. I mean, next year I'm going to be 40, so I really wanted to
mm,
show that okay, this is I want to change myself, and I want to be in a position where I can do whatever I want. I can be an example to my kids, and
nice, beautiful,
that
perfect,
is what I
perfect,
really wanted to do.
perfect,
So.
perfect. I think
Um,
that's I think that should be the common specific goal for everybody who have kids.
yes.
Uh,
Absolutely.
right, right. So okay, so you got that temptation. I mean, it is extremely common to have that kind of temptation in the first 2 weeks because your body has never seen this before, right? Your body
Yes.
have been like fed every time when you wanted. There is
Yep.
never a period of starvation at all. So in those 2 weeks, when everything around you looked like food, what did you do to overcome that?
Yeah. So, along with this video, I was also watching some videos on how to, avoid temptations and that kind of stuff. And
Mm,
I
mm,
came up
mm,
with one interesting video about which Amir Khan, the actor, he said,
mm, mm.
I think he was shooting for some movie, and then he said
Yes.
how to control your temptations, and he gave these three golden rules, and I really followed that, and I'm still following it till date.
Nice.
And the first rule was, if you really wanted to eat something
Hmm.
which is in front of you, and you really don't want to do that, then first rule was to try to wait for 10 minutes.
Mm.
Just don't eat it, just straight wait for 10 minutes, and then and then so I did follow that. And the
Nice.
second rule he said was, try to drink some water and just come back and then see if you still want to eat it.
Mm.
And the third rule he said was, if you still want to eat it, maybe just take a little bit, a bite size of the whole thing
Mm.
that's in front of you, which will still, you are eating it, you got your taste, leave it like that. But
Mm.
to be honest, I strictly followed the first two. I never went to the third one, and I
Mm.
really wanted to do that. And I followed it, and it worked very well for me. And so I tried my best to not have anything after
Nice.
the 12-hour eating window.
Nice.
And
Nice.
I
Nice.
did that in the first 2 3 weeks, and then it became a habit. Really, it
Habit.
was a habit, and I stick to that 12-hour window blindly, without eating anything. So
Right. So one thing that helped me, and also I tell all my patients, is that you have this in Amazon. You can buy this 64-ounce water bottle.
yes,
Um, uh, to be honest, as a water intake for everybody is like extremely low to start with. So I just fill that with water,
yep,
and we have this pot water at home. You can get
yeah,
it from the Indian store, and it's so cold, it's so tasty. And I used to just fill it up, and sometimes you can infuse that with orange and lemon and everything. But you could just keep it right next to you wherever you go. Right, you
yeah,
go to the bathroom, you go to the rest, you go to the dining room, kitchen, wherever you go. You just carry that as if you are a sage carrying that bottle with water.
yeah.
that's that's what worked for me. That's what worked for me. And then, as you said, the key thing that you mentioned was a habit, right?
Yes.
And multiple research have shown that it takes 66 days for a person to develop a habit on an average. And then you don't need to force your willpower. I think in your case, what has happened in the first 2 weeks, you have enforced your willpower a lot. Kudos to you. That doesn't happen to many people, and especially the weekends, right? That's where the problem is. So what happened for you during the weekend? Did you plan anything in advance, or did you just COVID, you didn't meet anybody, so it was easy for you?
I mean, COVID was one reason where we didn't have a lot of weekends or potlucks or anything like that. But even
Mm,
then, what I did was, I talked to my wife, I talked to my
mm,
kids, and I talked to
mm,
my friends, and I
mm.
told them that this is what I want to do. And then I told them, hey, if you wanna meet over the weekends, let's meet for lunch. I told them, let's meet for lunch. Dinners, it always like goes beyond 8 9, and
Absolutely,
into 12.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I try to, and then some of them were unavoidable, like they were at during the dinner time, but I was very strict. I either ate at home before going there, or just went there and then pretended I was eating, but I really did not eat. So which because I really want to stick to that 12-hour window no matter what.
Right.
Uh, so weekends was really
Really
tough,
tough.
really
Really
tough.
tough.
But if you do it, if you know, I managed to do it somehow in that first period, and then like I said, it became just habit, and
Right, right, right. So the other tip that I can tell my patients and also the audience is that in the weekend, the biggest thing that you can do for yourself is to pre-plan. So, for example, for me, next weekend, there is a reception that they have invited me over. So I know that it's going to be a problem for dinner. So what I usually do is I eat everything well before to go over there, and then I go in with a big tiffin box,
yes.
and I just pack everything. And
Yes.
the Indian hospitality will not let you not eat anything, right? So the more they serve you, the more you eat, they feel happy. But the
Yes.
problem is they don't know that they are affecting you on a long-term basis. So it's
Yes.
a wonderful thing that you made very clear to all your surroundings. Your friends and families are going to say, you know what, I'm going to do this. You need to help me out. I'm going to do this for my kids. I want to change. So when you are upfront about it, I don't think many people are going to say, no, 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 you should eat more of the gulab jamun that I made.
Yeah, actually, like, yes, absolutely. Actually, the other thing is, most of my friends are in the same boat, really. I mean,
Mm,
they are
mm,
the same boat. They wanted to, they tried several different diet plans and other stuff.
mm,
But
mm.
they are on the same boat. They understand where I'm coming from,
Right.
and I told them, hey, this is what I want to do, and I want to
No,
just take it for a long time, and it's so.
absolutely. I can't tell you how happy I am. Seriously, I wish all the change that you made. It has to be like a default change for everybody who's between 35 to 45 years of age who have little kids here, and especially here in US and also in India and also outside India as well. Especially we just get absorbed in this like fast moving culture that we don't focus on health that much, and then we end up in a GoFundMe page for little young kids that I can't even see.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
even see anymore.
yeah.
But anyway, so coming back to you after a few days, then it became a habit to you. Then when did you first notice some weight loss in you or any kind of change?
Yeah, so it took few weeks. I was just strictly following that window, eating window, and I think probably like 6 to 7 weeks into into this, I started observing that I'm losing weight, which
Mm.
at that point I was really encouraged because I really
Mm.
wanted to do that. So it took a little bit of time, but when I started losing weight, the weight loss was significant. I mean, it dropped quite a bit. I think it dropped
Mm.
like maybe 4 or 5 pounds in a period of like in a week or something, and I started noticing it. Then I said, okay, yeah, this
This
it
is
really
working.
works, and
This is
and I was not
working.
really. Uh, and I was not really, fasting or doing anything. I'm
Yes,
just my normal
absolutely. Absolutely. Mm.
routine. Just I adjusted the timings a little bit.
Mm.
So at that time, doctor, I was, I'm again continuously watching your videos every week at that time. One thing what I did at that time was I made a list of what I can do to eat healthy food within that 12-hour interval.
Mm.
And then I
Mm.
made like a little flow chart for myself. I said, okay,
Mm.
this is my morning routine, afternoon routine, and evening. What can I
Mm.
avoid? What can I avoid with, or what can I replace with
Mm.
a healthy alternative instead of I don't know, pizza or something with something else.
Mm. Mm.
Which is what I made for myself, and I took it to the next level. What I did, and I wanted to show you.
Mhm.
I made like a calendar for myself,
Oh my God.
and
This is
and,
awesome.
and actually this calendar approach really works because it simplifies things a little bit on my end, my wife's end, who's cooking for me, and then even like there is really I set a calendar for 1 month, and I say, hey, this is what I'm going to eat for the entire month lunch, dinner, and then breakfast. And she knows what I'm going to eat, so she's not going to
Hmm.
really go for
Yeah.
anything
Uh-huh.
special for cooking. And
Yes.
I stick to that routine. I just said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I added some protein in the morning and afternoon for lunch, and then evening dinner. I usually, when I used to come back from office, I used to eat snacks, like, or I was so hungry when I come back.
Mm,
I used
mm,
to eat a lot of. So what I'm doing right now is just coming back from office. I just eat my dinner directly. I just
mm.
say, okay, I'm going
That's
to
it.
take a shower.
Mhm.
I'll eat my dinner, and that's it.
That's it.
So
Yeah.
that's it. That really helped.
I
From
think it's an important point that you're making is that when we grew up, right? When we grew up in India, evening 5, 6 p.m., what is the time? That's the time for coffee
so
and
yes,
snacks. And then the
yes,
dinner is around like 8, 9 p.m.
yes,
So I do the exact same thing as well. I come back from work and I have my dinner as a family, everybody, me, my wife, my kids, everybody. And then that's it. After that, just water. And the other thing that you really mentioned was, uh, you know, one thing that you didn't do this consciously, but it has happened to you that you started looking into the healthy foods only after you noticed some change, isn't it?
yes, yes,
You didn't
yes.
notice it first, right?
No,
Because
no.
it's very difficult to do. So that is what the problem with all the current weight loss programmers. They focus on the diet first, and they keep on saying, "Oh, don't eat this, don't eat that, do this workout and everything." And then there is only a certain amount of willpower that you can put in,
Yes,
right?
yes,
With this time restricted thing, you notice the effort, then you get motivated, you get hooked onto it. You see
yes,
that the weight loss is happening, then you want
yes.
to make it even better.
Yeah, yes,
That's
absolutely.
where that's where happens. Like what you eat matters at that time.
Yes, yes, absolutely. That
Right.
was one of the, and then on top of it, what I also challenged myself was, uh, we have WhatsApp, we have Facebook. So I just said, okay, I'm gonna put my status updates every week to everybody and saying, hey, this is my week one, this is my week two, this is my week three, whatever, and then and everybody started appreciating that, seeing the change, and that also kind of
um,
motivated. Okay, this program really works.
right.
And I'm really, other than adjusting the timings and eating, I guess, health, going for healthy alternatives, there was nothing really special I was doing.
Yes.
It kind of it really, it was a habit at that time.
Yes.
By that time, it was really a habit for me, and everybody around me, they understood me. And my wife, she's pretty much like, she's cooking what I was asking, and I help her out.
Obvious. Of course, you helped her with the cooking as well. That's most
Yes,
important.
I absolutely,
That's more
absolutely,
important.
absolutely.
So okay. So your journey started with your weight loss. You noticed after 6 weeks. How much weight you lost? Tell us some numbers, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So initially, when before starting starting this program, I was close to 200 pounds,
200.
uh, 200, or 190, 199, very close to 100.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started losing weight. I remember the day when I was 180. After starting with the healthy alternatives, I was down to 180. And then from 180 got down to 160
So
in
when did
like
this 180 happen? From 200 to
180.
180?
I would say probably 20 weeks into the
20
program.
weeks.
20
So
weeks,
like 5,
180.
6 months. Super.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so it took
So
some time.
usually we say like, 4 to 5 pounds a month, 3 to 4 pounds a month average.
Okay.
That'd be a good rate of weight loss.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the problem with this method is, you don't notice right away, and you
yes,
notice only after 6 weeks of persistent consistency.
yeah.
So you lost 20 pounds in, let's say, 5 months, and then you really lost a lot, even 20 more pounds.
Yeah, I
And
lost quite a bit after, from that time
uh-huh,
to about 40 weeks
uh-huh.
time. I lost another 20 pounds.
So
And
that is another 5 months.
yes, yes,
Another 5 months. So 10
another 5.
months, you lost like 40 pounds.
Yes, 40
Okay.
pounds.
So there's a problem with this approach that when you lose so many pounds, you will lose some muscle as well along with
Right.
it, right?
Yes, yes,
Uh-huh. So
yes.
what did you do? Did that happen to you?
Yes, it did happen to me, and then my mom, I she was, yeah, she calls me. We do video call weekends, and she was like, "What's going on with you?
என்னடா இப்படி
I
ஆயிட்டு
please stop." She was like,
please
uh,
unsubscribe from Dr. Pal's YouTube channel.
yeah, but I knew the biggest thing was, even though I was down to 160 at that point, I had good sleep. I
Yes,
really was
absolutely.
suffering a lot of. I was sleep deprived before, but since I
Mm,
started the program, drank a lot of water. That was the main thing, and
mm.
then I slept. I mean, to be honest, I
Slept like a
sleep
baby.
more than my kids. Sometimes I just sleep quality increased quite a bit.
Nice.
I mean, I do track like the sleep quality in my
In your Apple
watch, and
Watch.
it was always over 85. It's
Mm.
but to get back to the I was lean, and it was 160. Then at that time, knowingly or unknowingly, I just started doing some weights, and I
Super.
really did not know why I started it. And I brought the weight set a long time ago, never touched it. um, and I just started doing it. I don't know why, really, to be honest.
Uh, uh.
And at that time, I think I saw another video of yours, Dr. Paul, with Dr. Sachin
Panda.
Panda,
Right.
and I had no idea what a circadian rhythm is to that point. I had no idea what that is, but I started reading some articles about circadian rhythm, and also what are the benefits, along with doing some resistance training. Um, then I started doing training. I mean, I just I have my calories. I increased my calories a little bit,
Mm,
just to
mm,
counter for the weights I'm using. Previously,
mm,
I was at 1900 calories, and now
mm,
now up to like 2200, which
mm.
300 I have to do, burn it, however, with the weights or.
Nice, nice.
Uh,
So you started doing weights for how long now?
so it's been this is my 82nd week since I started the program, and I think after 40 weeks, when I was down to 160, like at that time I started doing, just started with like very basic,
Basic weights.
basic
So more
dumbbells.
importantly, how often you were able to do that? Like how many
So I
times a week?
started doing 4 times in a week. Um,
Mm,
and right
mm.
now I'm doing 6 times. I mean, all days, 7 days. I'm
7 days.
so because but
I could see
four
that.
times.
Show us your muscls. Look at that.
But
I
yeah,
could see
I
that.
mean, I saw a significant change. Like I was
Mm,
maintaining that. I was down to like 150, 154 at one point, but I was my weight currently right now I'm 155, but I'm lean, and I
yes,
have my.
yes,
So I think
yes.
it really works. And currently what I'm doing is I'm following a 10-hour eating window during the weekdays, and then try to do 10 to 12 during the weekends.
Weekends.
but
Okay,
but I
okay.
make sure that I do some type of weight training every day. It
Every day.
doesn't matter.
Mm.
It doesn't matter what, dumbbells
So,
or.
so let me ask you this. I'm having that problem. That's why I'm. That's it's kind of like a selfish interview as well because I want to know more about you as well, so that it can be motivational thing for me. So my problem is that I'm not able to find time. How do you create time?
So what I did, Dr. Pal, was I want to start my breakfast at 8. That is
Hmm.
one of my goal, or from the
Hmm.
beginning.
Hmm.
But I do wake up early, so I need to do
Hmm.
something in between to. So that was one of the reason why I started doing weights, because once I
Ah.
wake up, it was really hard for me to wait for 2 hours to get my
Not doing
first.
anything. Ah.
Yes, exactly. Before, so that is the reason. That was one of the reason I started doing weights, because
Ah.
you actually, I wanted to kill some time in between. So I started doing so. Right now, what I do, as soon as I wake up, I just hit the gym. I just go. I mean, by gym, I want to make
Your
sure that
garage.
it's in my basement. I have
Basement.
few dumbbells, and that's it. I don't
Okay.
have any fancy.
Like a fancy
And
equipment. Ah. Okay.
I just go directly to lift weights or do some
Hmm.
resistance training.
Hmm.
And that really helps because everybody around me are sleeping at that time, so they
Yes.
are not really asking for me to play with them or anything like that. So that's what I do. I do
Yes.
get
Yes.
a 1 hour of
I'm doing that as well now, and I think I'm that is making a big change. I wake up at like 5, and I'm doing from 5:30 to 6:30, and it's working. And I go to the hospital. I start from like 7, reach
yeah.
hospital by 7. It's working. You need to be a little bit more. I need to be a little bit more disciplined about it to get this as a habit. Okay, super. So you found time, you hit the gym, you lifted weights, you were doing 4 times a week initially, then you got hooked onto it because you started noticing some changes, and then you increased to 6 to 7 times a week. So now you are around 155 pounds, I
Yeah,
guess,
155, plus or minus two,
plus or minus, right? But more importantly, your quality of life has improved significantly.
yes, absolutely. I mean,
Right, right. Mm.
I for last before 2 years, like very unhealthy lifestyle, I would say.
Mm.
At that
Mm.
time, eat at whatever time, sleep quality was bad, and like I said, right now, I think I eat appropriately in the correct time
Appropriate.
and
Good, good. Let me
I
ask you
sleep.
this. How do you feel about your energy level?
It's pretty high. I mean,
High.
very high right now.
Mm,
Like even my work-wise, it demands me to be. I talk to a lot of people every day, so I need
mm,
my energy levels to be high.
mm,
One thing which I need to mention was the stress levels have gone
mm,
down significantly in the last
mm,
1 year or so. Uh,
mm.
Especially once I started this program. Because once you have those 16, 17-hour work days, the stress will get to you. But
Absolutely.
to
Absolutely.
disconnect from that stress, or from that, to get this balance, this program and the weight training really helped.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Mm.
I again want to thank you so much, Dr.
Oh, no,
Mali.
you're welcome.
I,
You're welcome. Actually, I'm very happy. I'm extremely happy. And this was the main reason that I actually diverted the channel from COVID to weight loss stuff. And when you say program, people might think that it is like a full-blown design program. Absolutely not. The main reason to bring Shastri here is that he didn't even talk to me a single word before this interview, and he just followed my YouTube videos, what I put in like a general stuff. So I thought about it actually, Shastri, that let's see that I mean, you are a living example that if you can follow this method even without meeting me, anybody can do this.
yeah.
Anybody can do this. But if I can put together a program, and if somebody needs help that you cannot do it by yourself, then I think this might be the way to go. If
Yeah.
you are not able to do anything else.
Absolutely. I think if you have like a little bit of guidance to
Yes, yes, yes. Mm,
I think there's a lot of people, especially a lot of my friends who want to change themselves, but they are looking for, what is the starting point? How
right.
do I go from point?
Right, right.
So
And I have been there as well. I've been there as well. So
yes,
what I'm thinking now is that maybe again, people who are watching this, you have seen Shastri's transformation, which is very, very heartwarming transformation for me. You can do this by yourself. You don't need any help at all. Just stick with this feeding window, eating window, and then do some kind of resistance training so that you can be yoga as well. You don't even have to do lift weights. Yoga is a wonderful way of resistance training as well, but you need to do something after you notice some change so that you preserve your muscle. But let's say that you need some help in case if you want some kind of guidance, please email me. Askdogpal@gmail.com. We are trying to put together a program for you guys, and I don't have that much amount of time as of now, so I'm going to do very limited initially. But I want to make sure that people who wants help will definitely get it from this channel. Basically, it's a free YouTube productive platform. We are trying to grow together. We are trying to get help from each other, and you have motivated me so much, Shastri, that next year by this time you will be interviewing me about my muscle, my muscle training. So I'm going to have my audience, if they reach out to me, to reach out to you as well to see how your progress. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
I would love to help
I'm
anybody.
putting you on the spot, but I thought I just do a good job.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyway, sounds good. Super. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And I wish you good luck in your all your endeavors. And you are a role model for your girls. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. All right. Perfect.
Thank you
All right.
so much, Doctor. Thank you so much. Thanks
All
for
right.
all the guidance.
Thanks, Shastri. Huh? Thank you.